What's up guys, I'm Zedius and here is another FIFA 17 video. So today's video is split up into three distinct parts really. We have some squad building challenges that EA released and we run through them and the teams in the first section. We have a Division 6 run as our second main section of the video, and then at the end we do get our FIFA Weekend League rewards, and that's something I'll be talking about through the gameplay in this episode. Why those rewards came a little bit later for most than they normally. Just before this point, you'll see that I made a huge mistake in buying one of the players. We actually paid 10,000 coins for our right back in that squad, and it was just a case of me not paying attention, and I really regretted that. And so what I did to kind of balance that out was I sold a player from our account and bought it with my other account, just to kind of give us our coins back. They were all coins that I earned. I'm not like buying coins or paying for coins. I went and bought that player. You see it right here, Chorluka. I didn't even give us the full 10,000 back. I took a penalty, as it were, for screwing up there. But just wanted to let you guys know that. So we are just running through those squads. We got Omer Toprak there. He could slot into our Bundesliga team. Nobody else super useful. And you see there how all those players have empty contracts. So I put exactly 10 contracts on them and ran them through what's called the loyalty glitch. Basically, the way EA runs offline games, players get their contract taken as soon as the game starts. They take the contract off and they put a game on the record. A player achieves loyalty when they have 10 games on their record for your club. So as soon as the game starts, they get that game on their record. You can dashboard or quit the game, depending on which console you're on. Works on both PlayStation and Xbox. And you can just dashboard or quit the game, and you'll get that game on the players and not suffer a loss on your record or in the season that you are offline or anything like that. So if you ever need chemistry, if you ever need loyalty for chemistry for any of these squads, that's a really good way to do it. If you don't want to spend the time playing games, you can spend about 20 minutes and run that no loss glitch, that loyalty glitch, and get chemistry that way. And I condone that. I think that's okay. Because you're not affecting anyone else. You're doing it offline. You're not online. You're not affecting anyone else's gameplay. You're offline. It's your own players. It's just affecting you. And I really don't see anything wrong with it. I think I advise it. I think it's something you guys should use. It doesn't affect the integrity of the game at all. It's not against any terms of service, anything like that. You see, again, I had to do it with some of the players on this team. We did waste a few contracts, but I thought it was worth it. I thought the kits were really cool. We get a bunch of coins back for it. We get a lot of packs for it. And that is something I've been doing recently. I ran through the club and sold off a lot of players. And you see right here, we have about 20,000 coins. You'll see later in the episode, after our Fut Champs rewards, we have up over 160,000 coins. So if anybody has suggestions for players, preferably for the BPL team to kind of strengthen that, any suggestions for players, let me know, and I'm happy to look into people for that team. So here's another team. I show what we paid, and we always pay well less than what the pack is worth. A few first owners in there, and I think that completes. Yep, that completes the league and nation hybrid. Some of those squads were a little bit challenging, but you can work through them. If you need any help on them, let me know, and I can tweet you some pictures. And we can get it to you that way. So open the Premium Gold Players Pack. Another big flare, Ilkay Gundogan. Great player to pack. Great player to pack. I try him out in a few games that you'll see. So immediately when you pack a player like that, the question is, do you keep him? Do you sell him? And my thing is, try him. Always try him, because nobody's forcing you to sell him right away. Take the player, try him out in a squad, see if he's good, see if he's bad. Do you want to sell him? Do you not? You know. And here we open a 50k pack and get John Terry. not super impressive. But we do get a cliche. It sells for 1,000 coins. In the other pack we got an Alberto Moreno, who, in my opinion, is the best left back in the BPL. So here's a hybrid team that I kind of put together, half Bundesliga, half BPL. Gundogan's in there. We try him out. And so now we're into Division 6. We're playing some Division 6 games. I'm trying out some different teams, seeing who I want to use for the weekend league. But that's something I want to talk about now. There has been a glitch on both consoles in the game of FIFA 17 that's been discovered, and essentially you can force your opponent to disconnect. If you're winning the game, you will get the win, they will get the loss. And basically it's just made the game very unfair for people. I, as a matter of fact, don't know how to do it. I don't want to know how to do it. I don't recommend you try it. In fact, I seriously encourage you not to do this. It can only result in bad things for your account. You will get banned. They will know that you did it. It's not worth doing. Please don't do it. It's unfair. At the end of the day, I view FIFA as it's a competition. Every game is a competition. You go into that competition and it's about pride. I'm the better FIFA player, or I was the better FIFA player in this match. Not I knew this trick to kick you offline. I don't think that's the right thing to do. We'll get back into that in a second, but I just wanted to show this Calcio A team that I just quickly threw together with players mostly that we had. We bought a couple. We threw it together just to kind of give fitness to our hybrid team. We put that on the bench. I just wanted to try it out, see how they did. They did end up doing fairly well. Not something I'd take into Fut Champs or anything, but just an opportunity to try some new players and see what happens. So as a result of that no-loss glitch, to get back into that, EA have decided to cancel the upcoming weekend league for the this upcoming week. I believe it is the 20th to the 22nd, Friday to Sunday. It is canceled. If you qualified for that weekend league, you will be automatically qualified for the following weekend league, which should take place the 27th to the 29th. If you had qualified, you will qualify again. If you have not qualified yet, you have plenty of time to qualify. You can still participate in tournaments just like normal. They are just skipping the weekend league for this weekend. I think that's a great idea. I think that's exactly what they should do. It's exactly what they're doing, so that's great. And shout out to EA there. I think that's the right decision. Think about how unfair it would be if you were playing a game and your opponent scores in the first few minutes and you get kicked off and he gets a win. You get kicked off and get a loss. I mean, in a competitive game mode where some people put a lot of money into the game, a lot of people put a ton of time into the game, and these are valuable commodities, and to just have somebody say, oh, well, I can just do this little trick and beat you, and that's that. And I think that's unfair, and I'm glad that EA realized they couldn't fix it before the weekend league started, and decided to cancel the weekend league. I think it was the right decision, and I'm glad that they did it. This year more than ever, I feel EA have really done a good job of listening to the community, making the right decision. I think they've done a really good job of policing their game. I still wish that they were more transparent. They could always do more, of course. But I think this year more than ever, they've done a pretty admirable job. And we just finished a game here. I believe we forced a rage quit. At Air, working in that false 9 very nicely with a 10.0 rating. How many points do we have? 10. Just there. So here I'm putting Gundogan into our BPL squad, who I believe our BPL squad is our strongest squad at the moment. If you said, hey, go play a game that you gotta win, I would pick our BPL squad of the options that we have. Harry Kane is a prolific striker, basically more than 1 goal contribution per game. Memphis Depay has almost 1 goal contribution per game as well from left wing. Deulofeu has, I think, 20 assists in 40 games, something in that neighborhood. Very impressed with. I love our attack, and defensively we're solid too. We have right now Zuma and Agbana back there. Alberto Moreno, like I've said before, probably the best left back in the BPL, and Hector Bellerin, one of the best right backs in the BPL. So our fullbacks are set. I will eventually improve at center back. But I don't believe in spending big coins at center back, and that's something I'll touch upon at the end of the episode as well. Excuse me. I don't believe that you should spend big money on your defense. If you're paying more than, say, 25,000 coins for a defender, you're paying way too much in my opinion, and I don't care who it is. Unless you're talking Team of the Year Ramos, or Team of the Year Dani Alves, or Team of the Year Marcelo, because their stats are just so good that you can put them anywhere on the field and they're good. Unless you're talking about those players, I don't think you should pay more than 25 or 30,000 coins for a defender. That's my opinion. You might disagree, but that's what I believe. How about that goal? A little confusion from the goalkeeper. Renato Sanchez chips it in, and we are gliding through this game and really having a pretty good time with most of Division 6. This is our Bundesliga team that we're using here. But yeah, so in my opinion, you should really spend your coins on the midfield and particularly on the attack. Find players that you like using in the attack, whether that be small, fast players, whether that be big, strong players, good finishers inside the box, good long shooters outside the box. Find what works for you and spend your coins on scoring goals. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. FIFA is about scoring goals. The game mechanics lend itself to scoring goals. It doesn't matter how good a defender you are, you're gonna give goals up. And so the only answer to that is to score more. So that's where I feel like you should spend your money. Have a good enough defense. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying spend 5,000 coins across your entire defense. I don't think that's a good idea. Hector Bellerin is 7,000 coins, and he is a perfect defender in my opinion. We will eventually throw an Anchor or Shadow or perhaps even Sentinel card on him to up his defending and physical. But as is, he is good. Good defender. We get absolutely smacked around in this game, unfortunately. But good goal there from Renato Sanchez, but too little too late. Alberto Moreno is an exception to the rule. Under 1,000 coins and phenomenal. He's got that pace. I will put an anchor on him. Now that he's pack pulled, I definitely will put an anchor on him, invest in him a little bit. And using Gundogan these few games, not impressed. He does score one nice goal. I think you've seen it already. But not impressed. And he was going for about 30,000 coins at the time. So I think this was the last game I play with him, and we end up losing this. I think it was a 9-goal thriller. And we do end up selling Gundogan for the 28,000 coins, something in that neighborhood. In my opinion, just didn't cut the mustard. I didn't like him last year. I love him as a player. I think he's a great player. I just don't. Something with him that just doesn't click with me in FIFA. Even in career mode, I did a career mode with Dortmund just in my free time last year, and it does score a nice goal there. To be fair, but I just didn't get on with him. So we're getting rid of him. I hope that's not an unpopular choice because, again, I mean, this series is about you guys and what you want to see, whoever's watching it. But at the end of the day, it is my account, so I feel I do have final say on things. But that said, I won't go against popular opinion. If you guys want to see something, I'm happy to consider it, and if it makes sense, I'm happy to do it. So that's how we'll work those things. I did sell the Gundogan, but it is what it is. Those coins will serve us better elsewhere. So we take the lead there, 4-3. On the 75th minute, I should have been able to hang on. He just gets through my defense here. What a through ball. Thought he was offside. He wasn't. And Renato Sanchez comes and hits us on the counter there. And then David Silva, of all people, and a header from, who was that, Sherla? Ugh, that was heartbreaking. That was tough. We had 16 points with 3 games to go. Now we have 16 points with 1 game to go. All we needed to do was win 1 game or draw all 3. And coming up on the last game, I'll tell you, we didn't get it. I was very disappointed. And right here, I think I list Gundogan. I was just fed up with him. I felt he should have been much better than he was. We do sell him for 28,000, and we get those coins. And as I said, you'll see at the end of the episode when we collect our Fut Champions rewards, we are up around 160,000 coins, which I am super happy with. How's that for bad luck? Keeper doesn't come out. Oh god. Frustrating these last couple of games. Not to say that I wasn't outplayed, because I was, for the most part, but it was just hard. I don't know what was going on. It was just, we're getting scored on and shots off the post and lucky bounces, and that's, again, not to say that these people weren't better than me. These people didn't deserve their wins. They got them, and good for them, but it was frustrating. Bar down on that chip. I mean, come on. But we lose that game. We do get a nice chunk of coins, just about 6,000 coins, and we do get promotion. So at the end of the day, we're going up and we're traveling in the right direction. Not a great performance, especially considering we're 5-1-1, finished 5-1-4. That's tough. But here are our Fut Champions rewards. You can see right there. We get the rare gold pack, we get our 2 rare mega packs, and we get our 45,000 coins. We're right at 162,000 coins. I do throw pretty much everything that we get here right into the club. Big flare there. Mcleod, 84 rated. I speed it up a little bit. Nothing super interesting. I just save everything for now. Squad fitness, rare contracts, those will come in handy. What do we get here? We get a Sacco, Fellaini, Timo Werner. His inform is phenomenal. If you haven't used it, try it out. And here, we get the pause. That means there's a walkout coming when it freezes on that screen. So we see the huge flare. The German flag comes down, and who's it going to be? Center back from Bayern Munich. It's going to be Jerome Boateng. 90 rated center back, 79 pace, 90 defending, 85 physical, 72 passing. A phenomenal card. Phenomenal card. But I actually end up getting rid of him. I actually end up listing him, selling him, and I think it's the right choice because, as I was saying before, to me, it's not worth having defenders worth more than 30,000 coins. He goes for 220+ thousand coins. Those will be very valuable to the series, and I am gonna sell him. I'll show you guys on Monday when and if he sells. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll talk to you guys Monday. Thanks. Bye.